Every airport has one. That overflowing gray bin at security, piled high with half-used shampoos, expensive creams, and brand new perfumes that will never make it past the checkpoint. Millions of dollars in toiletries get tossed out every year. And the harsh truth? Most travelers don't even realize they're packing to fail. So here's the question no one asks. If the rules are the same for everyone, why do some people glide through security while others lose everything they packed? In the next few minutes, you'll uncover the system frequent flyers use to keep their toiletries intact, what to pack, what to skip, and how to pass TSA every single time. Don't wait until your favorite product ends up in that gray bin. Subscribe now so you never have to watch your bag get emptied again. TSA rules and basics. Let's strip this down to the basics. TSA has what they call the 3-1-1 rule. 3.4 ounces, 100 milliliters, per liquid. 1 quart-sized bag, 1 per passenger. It sounds simple until you try to fit your real life into that little plastic pouch. Now picture the bag itself. Most travelers grab a flimsy sandwich Ziploc thinking it will do the job. Technically, it's allowed. But here's the problem. Those thin bags tear, leak, and collapse under pressure. Frequent flyers know this, which is why they invest in sturdier TSA-approved clear bags that actually hold their shape. It's a small detail, but one that keeps you from becoming the person holding up the line with a soaked carry-on. And here's where most people slip. They keep cramming in bottles until the bag bulges. Overpacking liquids isn't just about space. Security officers see a stuffed pouch and they pull it aside every time. Extra screening, delays, sometimes even confiscation. But the truth is, you don't need as many liquids as you think. For almost every toiletry, there's a solid version. Shampoo bars, conditioner bars, even toothpaste tablets. Each one saves liquid space, lasts longer, and flies through TSA without a second glance. I learned this the hard way. Once, I packed my favorite full-size moisturizer, completely forgot the size limit. The agent held it up, looked at me, and dropped it straight into the bin. $25 gone in 5 seconds. It still stings, not because of the money, but because it was avoidable. And that's the key here. The rules are rigid, but there are smarter ways to work inside them. Solid and non-liquid alternatives. Here's the truth. The smartest travelers aren't fighting the liquid rules anymore. They've found a way around them, and it starts with one word: solids. Let's begin with the most underrated: toothpaste tablets. Instead of squeezing paste into a tube that counts as a liquid, these little tablets are bite-sized, TSA-proof, and they last far longer. No mess, no risk of a cap popping open mid-flight. I've carried a small 10 on week-long trips, and it felt like cheating the system. Next, water-activated facial wipes. They don't look like much in the package, just dry sheets, but add a few drops of water and they turn into full cleansers or makeup removers. No liquids, nothing to spill, nothing to dry out. It's like carrying a sink in your pocket without breaking a single TSA rule. Bars of soap may sound old-fashioned, but think about this. One bar can replace both body wash and hand soap for weeks. Cut it into smaller chunks before you travel, and you'll never deal with soggy soap stuffed to the bottom of a bag. Now let's talk solid deodorant. TSA sees liquids and gels as risks, but a stick of deodorant? No questions asked. And the crystal versions last months. One stick in your carry-on and you're covered for an entire season. Then there are shampoo and conditioner bars. This is where travelers truly win. Each bar equals 2 to 3 bottles of liquid product, lighter, leak-free, and often made with better ingredients. I once packed a single shampoo bar for a 10-day trip through 3 countries. By the end, it looked barely used. Lotion sticks and sunscreen sticks are the same story. They bypass TSA entirely, and you can apply them anywhere without worrying about greasy hands or exploding bottles. If you've ever lost a pricey sunscreen to airport trash bins, you know why this matters. And finally, moisturizer in silicone containers. These aren't your standard bottles. They're soft, compact, and built for squeezing out every last drop. One tiny silicone tube can handle moisturizer, serum, or even a multi-purpose balm. It's the ultimate one container, many uses hack. This is what changes everything. When you start replacing liquids with solids, the entire system shifts. You pack faster, you pack lighter, and TSA suddenly becomes a non-issue. Be honest, how many times have you had something explode in your bag? Drop your story in the comments because if it happened to you, someone else can learn from it.
Smarter liquid packing hacks. Not everything can be replaced with solids. Some products still need to travel as liquids, like prescription creams, certain medications, or that one product you just can't swap out. But here's where smart travelers separate themselves from everyone else: how they pack those liquids. Let's start with liquid pouches versus bottles. Traditional bottles are bulky, rigid, and waste space. Pouches, on the other hand, only take up the space of the liquid you actually pack. Half full, the pouch flattens. Empty, it collapses completely. It's a simple switch that instantly cuts down bulk. But space isn't the only problem. Leaks are. You've seen it. Open your bag after a flight and everything smells faintly of shampoo. The fix is smarter than wrapping bottles in layers of plastic wrap. Enter Toiletry skins. They're flexible, stretchable sleeves that fit over your bottles and create an airtight barrier. No leaking, no exploding. Now, yes, you've probably seen the plastic wrap hack. People twist caps shut, wrap them in cling film, and hope for the best. But the truth? It fails more often than it works. Pressure changes in the cabin, loosen caps, the wrap shifts, and the bottle still leaks. That's why seasoned travelers stop relying on hotel shower caps, grocery bags, or duct tape, and switch to tools built for the job. Here's the part most travelers don't know. Medically necessary liquids are exempt from the 3.4-ounce rule. You're allowed to bring more than the limit, but only if you declare them separately. Most people don't, and they end up tossing out something they never had to lose. A simple declaration at security can save both your time and your essentials. I'll never forget the first time I discovered toiletry skins. Until then, I was that person wrapping bottles in hotel shower caps like a maniac, layering rubber bands and praying it would hold. It never did. One trip later, I was done with the mess forever. And here's the reality. Most travelers will still risk it. They'll keep cramming bottles into Ziplocs and hoping nothing leaks. But you don't have to travel that way. Most people will still risk it and pack the wrong bottles, but you're smarter than that. Subscribe now because missing these hacks could ruin your trip. Liquids packing system. Every traveler has their own way of packing liquids. Most chaotic. Bottles scattered in different pockets, half-used Ziplocs stuffed between socks, and the classic TSA shuffle, scrambling at the front of the line while strangers sigh behind you. Here's the method that stops all of that. Step 1. Every liquid you pack goes straight into a quart-sized Ziploc. No exceptions. This isn't just about TSA rules. It's about creating one clear, consistent container for every trip. Step 2. Keep that bag accessible. Not buried under shoes, not zipped deep into a side compartment. Accessible. The moment you hit security, you pull it out in seconds. No stress. No holding up the line. Step 3. After security, that Ziploc transfers directly into your actual toiletry bag. Organized, protected, and easy to unpack at your destination. This simple sequence is what I call a one-move system. It's the same routine every time you fly. No thinking, no improvising. And that consistency is what saves time, reduces stress, and keeps you from ever being that person fumbling in front of TSA again. The real pro move isn't about how many products you carry. It's about building a system you trust to work every single time. And when you do, the airport stops feeling like a gamble and starts feeling like something you've already mastered. Toiletry bag recommendations. Once your system for liquids is set, the question becomes, where do you put it all? The truth is, not all toiletry bags are created equal. Some are built for efficiency, some for space, and some for sheer survival in airports. Here are the 6 styles that actually hold up in real travel. First, the slim detachable bag. This is the under-seat winner. It's narrow, slides easily into a personal item, and unzips in seconds. If you're a carry-on only traveler, this is the one that keeps you from digging around mid-flight. Second, the avocado green top open bag. Oddly specific, but it's the TSA-friendly classic. Sturdy, affordable, and compact enough that you don't feel like you're hauling half a bathroom around. The top open design makes it easy to lay flat in security bins without spilling everything. Third, the 2-compartment bag. Think of this as a multitasker. One side for toiletries, the other for chargers, cords, and adapters. When you're moving through airports, having everything in one place isn't just efficient, it's peace of mind. Fourth, the compact upright bag. This is for the minimalist traveler who values order. With mesh pockets and vertical storage, it stands on hotel sinks without taking up space. I've seen these last for years, even with constant use. Fifth, the large multi-compartment bag. This one's for families or heavy packers. Multiple sections, hooks for hanging, and enough space to keep everyone's essentials separate. If you're traveling with kids, this stops the whose toothpaste is whose argument before it even starts. And finally, the classic basic bag. No bells, no whistles, just a simple, durable pouch. For some travelers, that's all you need. Throw the Ziploc inside, zip it shut, and you're done. Personally, I swear by the slim detachable bag. It's light, it keeps me organized mid-flight, and it fits perfectly into the smallest personal item I own. It's the one I've carried through dozens of airports, and it's never let me down. But here's the thing. Airlines are cracking down harder every year. If you don't build a system now, you'll be the one unpacking your bag at the front of the TSA line while everyone stares. Hit subscribe so that never happens to you. So let's pull this together. You now know the essentials, the TSA basics most travelers gloss over, the solid alternatives that save space and stress, the leak-proof hacks that actually work, and a full packing system paired with toiletry bags that have been tested in real airports, not just on store shelves. The truth is, you now know more than 90% of travelers at the airport, and that gives you an advantage: smoother lines, fewer surprises, and no wasted money on confiscated products. And here's my question for you. Which of these hacks will you actually try on your next trip? Comment below. I'm answering every single one, and your story might save another traveler from a ruined trip. Wishing you smooth sailing through security, stress-free travels, and just maybe a little extra room in your carry-on for the things that actually matter. And if you haven't already, hit subscribe, because missing the next travel hack could cost you more than just your toiletries.